Ladies and gentlemen, we just found out something huge. There is an internal Federal Bureau of Investigation probe. It's essentially a Durham probe special counsel within the Federal Bureau of Investigation. CBS News FBI agent testifies about possible misconduct during investigation into Trump ties. Then you have Fox News, an article that I talked about in the segment prior to this one. FBI running internal investigation into its own Trump probe crossfire hurricane. The revelations came during the trial of Michael Sussman, who was accused of lying to the Bureau during the 2016 presidential campaign. Now, they already found that they withheld a recording, exculpatory evidence where George Papadopoulos, and this is a secret recording that the country doesn't know about, okay? The special agent stated during testimony that exculpatory information in question was a recording from one of the subjects. They essentially set up and framed George Papadopoulos, and he's on the recording stating that he knew nothing about anyone infiltrating the Democratic National Committee, which, by the way, the DNC emails are not, I repeat, not an example of national security. They're an example of a very corrupt political party cheating Bernie Sanders, their own candidate, okay? What Democrats and media did is they said, wow, this is national security. Another country is undermining our democracy. Our democracy entails us being able to cheat and railroad Bernie Sanders. And if we learned about that via the DNC emails, well, oh my goodness, that's an example of democracy being undermined. These people are like absolute maniacs. They pontificate and preach about the Constitution and the Republic and our democracy and all of these things. It's like they can't even have a functioning primary, but more importantly, information about them, whether it's Hunter's emails or the Democratic National Committee emails that forced Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign, all of that, or Clinton's emails with top secret and special access program intelligence, or the 30,000 plus that she deleted without government oversight that almost certainly had classified data on them. That's an example of national security. What they have done is they have packaged or marketed or cloaked their corruption within the guise of national security. Well, it's a national security issue if Trump asks another country to publish Clinton's deleted emails. Don't you understand? Madam Secretary's deleted emails shouldn't be published by another country that wants to influence our democracy. Because Lord knows people, according to the media and marketing spin by the Democratic Party, people would vote Republican or Trump if they knew what was in Clinton's deleted emails or the Democratic National Committee emails. So it's not national, it has nothing to do with keeping the country safe or national security issues or ensuring our country prospers. It has everything to do with merging Democrats or the political objectives of Democrats with national security. Okay, national security is inflation at record highs, our ability to influence other countries on the world stage, our prestige around the world, which has dwindled dramatically since we've had mashed potato brains. But hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very important segment on both the stock market crash channel and right after this channel, the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel. I have been telling everybody what's taking place. In the comments section, have I not told you, ladies and gentlemen, since September of last year, on this channel, on the stock market crash channel, within the playlist, on this channel, and also in the Federalist in October, I told everyone we're going to have a devastating stock market crash. We're seeing it right now. NASDAQ's getting pummeled. I said the Dow is going to go down, NASDAQ's going to go down, the S&P. Watch the playlist of over 36, 37 videos if you're bored. If you want to become a member, go to the homepage of this channel, ladies and gentlemen, become a member. We have a great group of people, especially during the live streams. I will have a live stream, maybe not tomorrow night, but Thursday night, I'll have a live stream. So be here for the live stream on Thursday evening. It'll be very important and it'll be awesome. If you want to support my work long term, my Patreon is below, ladies and gentlemen. But the best thing you could do is just subscribe to this channel. Let's get to over 200,000 subs. Subscribe to the Bitcoin Crash to 10,000 or lower channel. Bitcoin, I said in September of 2021 also, was going to crash. All the receipts are in the description section. Go to the description section of every one of my segments, this segment included. You can see where I told everyone what would take place, and it's happening. I'm not clairvoyant or Nostradamus, but I have a pretty good understanding of politics and macroeconomics, or at least the economy in general. And I told it's only going to get worse. So I'm telling you now it's going to get a lot worse. Okay? And, giving analysis or predicting what's going to take place in the stock market or the overall economy is a lot easier than, for example, the Durham probe special counsel, the first trial with Michael Sussman. So we're finding out from a special agent testimony that they have an ongoing bureau investigation because they know they're probably trying to get ahead of the Durham probe special counsel. 18 U.S. Code 371 is what Durham is eventually going to indict people under. People conspired. That's the statute that talks about people conspiring against the U.S. government, against the American people. In this case, trying to deceive millions, actually being very successful in deceiving millions upon millions of people. Okay, that Trump was installed by another country. These are the same people, by the way, who go into their usual apoplectic, hysterical, maniacal reaction when Trump doesn't believe whatever he doesn't believe. Okay, then these people are the same ones who say, "Oh well, I still think that Trump was friendly with Vladimir, And it's like, I thought the 80s want their foreign policy back. Didn't President Obama say that in 2012? Didn't he come in with a Russian reset? Didn't Madam Secretary help a Boeing deal in that country, help with a deal in that country with Boeing, but also accept money from a company that was eventually purchased by the Kremlin and owned by that country? And it's like Democrats have had their little security blanket or their giant security blanket for 5-6 years now. They're not the JFK Democrats. They're not the Cold Warriors that they pretend to be. These people will do business with any country, anytime. Just ask Hunter. Just ask the foundation, Bill and Hillary. And by the way, like I said, I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. Nobody will be happier on this planet if Hillary gets the nomination. That's why, Hillary Clinton's campaign, what she should do right now to ensure that Durham doesn't indict her is run for office. Do it all over again. Like the Lionel Richie song. And so, just do it one more time. And, we're still living in 2016. But you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where there was a secretly recorded meeting in April. The secretly recorded meeting was revealed in April of 2020. The transcript revealed the confidential human source pressed Papadopoulos on whether the Trump campaign was involved in meddling in 2016. Meddling. See, they use words like meddling. Those meddling kids like Scooby-Doo. The only people who meddled in our contest in 2016 was people like Strzok and Page and Clapper and Brennan and Kleinsmith and Sussman and Clinton and Mook and all of these people. They meddled. They were the meddling Democrats. Okay, Trump basically the only thing that he did was say, "Look, we're gonna grow the economy. We're not going to adhere to multinational organizations and revere them and worship them. The wonderful alliance in Europe included." And we're going to focus on the country, building the economy, and then work on diplomacy. Okay? He was the first president to step foot in North Korea, to begin real détente between North and South Korea. Trump was. Okay. Abraham Accords, Doha Agreement that Biden botched. Those 13 Americans, those over 100 Afghans should be alive today. By the way, I'm not going to get into it. Every tragedy that takes place pertaining to, happening. Okay. a maniac comes, wants to end the lives of innocent people. Democrats then, at the usual, cue the Democratic response. Oh, the inanimate object. Oh, look at these organizations and these people who have inanimate objects that... No. The pontificating and the preaching, literally nothing that Democrats have offered in terms of policy or legislation can protect anyone. If a human being has evil within him or her, evil, like something that compels them to commit the most heinous atrocities, okay? There is, let's say, how do I say this? I'm obviously speaking in roundabout terms because that's what we have to do, but you don't say to that person, vote blue no matter who, or, yeah, you know what, vote for Democrats, they'll protect you, as the person is trying to engage in the most heinous crimes possible. Criminals, people who are true maniacs, respond to one thing, an equal amount of force, and that's the only thing that will either deter or stop them. That's it. Criminals don't think like good, morally superior liberals. The criminal mind is a completely different mind. The morally superior liberal Democrat that's another story altogether. Now I'm speaking in roundabout terms, but literally nothing that Democrats have said when they pontificate on tragedies within like hours, minutes of the tragedy has saved or helped anyone. Except it makes them feel good. And it gives them political points among a base that will just not engage in any just a modicum of critical thinking skills. Why are these things taking place? What compels a person to become a monster? What compels somebody? Okay? And I'm not talking about anything like spiritual or what happens in our society where you have these maniacs? And again, I'm speaking in roundabout terms, completely YouTube guideline friendly. Anyway, you see this when they're not trying to set up and frame people, when they're not creating these hoaxes and myths. Democrats are within minutes of the most heinous tragedies trying to score political points with, by the way, arguments that aren't even arguments. They're blaming the people who perpetuate or perpetrate these atrocities are never mentioned, by the way. They're only mentioned if you could link them in some manner to a Fox News pundit, but even that's a leap of logic. Democrats enjoy leaps of logic. Well, the DNC emails were hacked. That must be a plan by Trump and Vladimir. It must be a plan by Trump and the Kremlin. We have to investigate. Well, what about Hunter's emails, where the email actually states, the email actually states, how can you use your advice on behalf of the company? Oh, no, you can't prove anything. When it's Democratic corruption, the rebuttal is, you can't prove anything, even though the circumstantial evidence is far greater than any circumstantial evidence tying Trump. That's why they can't indict him on a state level or a federal level. They could have definitely indicted Clinton. They chose not to. They protect Democrats and go after Republicans in every way possible. Now the Federal Bureau of Investigation has an internal investigation because they know they messed up. They know they committed crimes or almost certainly unlawful corrupt activity, and could be indicted, many of them, under 18 U.S. Code 371, specifically people like Strzok and Comey. And I wrote in the Federalist why Comey and McCabe should be indicted under 18 U.S. Code 371. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Huge news, secret recordings, and an internal investigation. The Durham probe, we're not even going to get to not just the conviction of Sussman, which almost certainly will happen unless the jury, worships the Democratic Party. But we're not talking about the investigations that will begin within a Republican Congress. Give me your thoughts below, and Senate. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. I'll be back in 1 hour, people. Be here in 1 hour. Right after this, go to the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel right now. Thank you.